How's it going, everyone? Got quite a lot to talk about in this video. A very notable title will be getting delisted forever on the PlayStation Store in just a couple of days as the game is turning 10 years old. This is what you gotta deal with when you have games that are tied to licensing agreements. We'll talk all about that. On top of that, a beloved game from one of my favorite eras of gaming, that mid to late PlayStation 3 era, might be getting a remaster as Prototype on PC has gotten an update that's making changes to the credits. Could be teasing a remaster done by Iron Galaxy, so we'll talk about that. But as noted on the Rock Band 4 Discord, hey everyone, on Sunday, October the 5th, 2025, Rock Band 4 turns 10. What a ride it's been. With this milestone comes one big change. The original licenses for the core soundtrack are expiring. Because of that, Rock Band 4 will be removed from the PlayStation and Xbox digital stores. If you already own the game, nothing changes. You'll keep full access and still be able to download the game and songs to any new compatible devices. The same applies to downloadable content. Songs will come down as they hit the 10-year mark, but anything you've purchased will remain in your library. We've been so grateful for the passion this community has shown from the team. It's been a special experience to serve you with Rivals challenges, a super deep DLC library, and a best-in-class band sim. If you've been meaning to grab a few last songs, now's the time. Thanks again. Yeah, so Rock Band 4, you can get the Rivals bundle for just $9.99. $9.99 will get you the full Rock Band 4 experience. The bundle includes Rock Band 4 and the Rivals expansion, giving you access to the full feature set of the best music game on the market. The Rivals bundle includes over 100 songs and more online play, Rivals mode, band together with friends across the globe to compete in this online multiplayer stats battle. Rock Drama tells the story of your band's triumph over adversity in this playable music documentary, and access to future updates and exclusive songs. But yeah, the 10-year mark is coming up. And the story with licensed games is you are tied to those licenses. Once they expire, yes, you can come to the table and renew those licenses, but the game is just not selling that many copies anymore, and financially probably not something that's viable with all of the music that's in Rock Band 4 as well. So if you want it, $9.99 is a pretty good price point, and I would say go ahead and pick that up just to have it in your library. And you know, at the end of the day, I do believe that, let me pull this up, that the game was released physically, so you should be able to still pick it up. Yeah, Rock Band 4 was released physically, but guess what? The game is $85 as I'm looking at it on Amazon. It's gotta be cheaper on eBay. Why are physical copies of Rock Band 4 this expensive? Okay, I see a Xbox copy for $19. A lot of it is with the bundles with all of the instruments and whatnot. Yeah, you're gonna be paying a hefty price point for that, so just keep that in mind. I would say pick it up for $9.99. Maybe you can get the instruments standalone and get those a little bit cheaper, but yeah, I remember growing up and man, these were the coolest games on the market of that, like, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 era. When Rock Band 1 was coming out, when Guitar Hero 3 was coming out, you wanted those games. They were incredibly expensive. Guitar Hero 3 with the guitar was like $100 or $80, and then Rock Band, the original, with all of the instruments was $180. It was a lot of money, but man, they were big at the time. I do feel like there might be an audience that if you do a new title nowadays, it might resonate with a lot of people, and a lot of people might check it out just from a nostalgic standpoint, but yeah, I don't know the long-term viability of it, but Rock Band 4 will be getting delisted, so if you want it, $9.99. I'll give this another mention before it officially gets delisted, but quick turnaround as far as the announcement and then delisting, because the delisting will be happening in just a couple of days on October 5th. I'm sure this has been known for a little while, but yeah, anything pre-2015 should be delisted already or will be soon. Anything October 2015 and on will be delisted 10 years to the date after it first released. There's a Wikipedia listing for Rock Band songs, and that could give you an idea of when the songs will be delisted. Obviously, if you want all the songs, be ready to pay, because yeah, there's a lot. There's bundles that are available that you can get, but yeah, you'll be paying a lot of money if you want the entire soundtrack, but jump on that as soon as possible if you're interested before it gets delisted forever. Moving on from that, Prototype on PC has gotten an update that actually has made some changes to the credits, and noting that there was work done by Iron Galaxy, and there's also a Ubisoft Connect mention as well. Could it be a potential Prototype remaster? I would imagine that Activision has the rights to the game still, but as far as the updated credits, it includes the remaster studio being Iron Galaxy, and maybe Iron Galaxy, the IP was handed out to them to do the remaster and the upgraded release, and then maybe it'll just have a Ubisoft Connect release. I'm actually curious because that's what this seems to be pointing towards. It seems to be pointing towards some sort of remaster, and that would be great if we can update the gameplay a little bit, remaster. I'm not saying you gotta do the world with Prototype, but I love Prototype as a game, and it's actually a game I did another playthrough of just a couple months ago, and I will say, the game shows its age. I remember back in 2009 when Prototype and Infamous were coming out side by side, there was a big talking point of what's going to be the better superhero game, or the open world superhero title, what's going to be the better game, and I think most people would agree that Infamous was the better game, but Prototype was worthwhile as well. However, even back in 2009, I remember a lot of people saying that Prototype's visuals were outdated and it looked like a good PS2 game. Man, going back and playing the game now, yeah, not the best looking game in the world, and it's not one of those games like an Okami, for example, that had an incredible art style. This is one of those games that the visuals were dated in 2009, and now they just look kind of terrible in 2025. But visuals are only one part of the equation. From a gameplay standpoint, I think Prototype is incredible, in the sense of dropping you into an open world and making you feel like an absolute badass. Sometimes that's what you want out of a game. You want a game that makes you feel absolutely overpowered, and man, when Prototype hits on its gameplay, it hits really, really well and makes you feel like an absolute badass. If they make a couple of refinements here and there, you can't really fix up, you know, the cutscenes being kind of terrible and Alex Mercer being the biggest edgelord in gaming history, but I do think there are some quality refinements you can make, and the crazy thing about it is Prototype did have a re-release on PlayStation 4 with Prototype 2, but it's not like that was like a big remaster or anything like that. If this is a new version of the game being created by Iron Galaxy and is being upgraded, I would imagine it would be a new release, maybe priced at $39.99, something to that effect, but would love to see Prototype make a comeback, and man, this is one of those IPs that I think Microsoft could do something with if Activision still has the IP. A Prototype 3, I don't know if the budget would be worthwhile, but man, you guys are going to be generating a lot more revenue with all that Game Pass money that's going to be coming in, am I right? We'll see how many people end up canceling Game Pass, but maybe you guys will be drawing in a lot more revenue, I don't know, and you could justify a Prototype 3. Nonetheless, Prototype Remaster or whatever it can be, I wouldn't expect a ground-up remake or anything like that. I just don't think for a game at the caliber of Prototype that it's warranted. You know, it's one thing with like an Oblivion. I don't expect that level of a remastering, but still think Prototype can do fairly well if it gets a re-release and it does get enhanced in some form. But that is going to do it for me. Again, Rock Band will be getting delisted forever. I should say Rock Band 4, the Rivals bundle, is only $9.99, so that's something to look at. Might be a worthwhile pickup. And let me know your thoughts on the potential of a Prototype remaster. Is that something that you would pick up? You know, it already has that release with Prototype 1 and 2 on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, but those are just like kind of ports. They're not an actual upgraded release. I would love to see an upgraded release, new trophy lineup, maybe some gameplay refinements and updates, just modernizing it a little bit, but I don't expect the world out of it. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts, and last opportunity to check out Rock Band 4 before it delists on October the 5th. Jump on that as soon as possible. As always, thank you for watching. Sound off down below, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.